What's a substance that's poisonous to ants but not plants? Find out in this garden update.
greensandmachines.com.
Hey, welcome back to my garden. This is at Vinny Grows Vegetables, and let's start by taking a look at my sunflowers. If you remember, I started growing these for this year's Sunflower Challenge, hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2019. And so far they have grown to just about under 3 feet tall. As you can see here, this is how they looked about a month ago, and now here they are about a foot taller. It's crazy they grow so fast. So they're forming heads soon. I don't know if they'll get as tall as I really want to see them, but this is a fun challenge, and if I get seeds out of these sunflowers, it's great, and I'll regrow them next year in containers. Now let's keep looking through the garden.
The arugula back here I've started cutting back, as you saw my seed pods earlier. But we're going to talk about what happened to this bin a few weeks ago and why you see like this dust here. This is actually cinnamon powder. Cinnamon powder is poisonous to ants. There was an entire ant colony invading this bin, and you can't see them now. So in order to get rid of them, as they kept invading the household, I took cinnamon and dusted the whole thing. Cinnamon is not toxic to the plants, as far as I'm aware. And if it's toxic to the arugula, then, well, they're going to seed anyway. As you can kind of see, it looks like the stems absorb some of the cinnamon powder. Whether or not I break one off and taste it, if it tastes like cinnamon, that would be kind of unique. So I did that one day, just put a bunch of cinnamon powder down to block their ins and outs. And now I don't see them anymore. Like, they're all gone, like a day later. I guess they just left. Or maybe they died. I have no idea. If they died, then I guess they'll provide good fertilizer to these plants and they'll just keep growing taller and taller. I was watering and I came back and actually saw there was a whole arugula plant that looks like it may have reseeded itself. Grown under the shade of the others, it didn't bolt so quickly, so now I got tons of leaves. I just tried some and it was probably the spiciest arugula I've ever eaten. Does it taste like cinnamon? Not really. Was it spicy though? Yeah, it was very spicy. Is gray water good for your plants? As some households now have 2 irrigation systems. Just a normal potable water for the house and then gray water for landscape irrigation. This house has gray water irrigation and I've been watering it the whole time. Is it bad? It doesn't look bad. Gray water is probably as good as the rainwater, if not a bit more filtered, maybe. So yes, rainwater irrigation or gray water irrigation is in fact okay for vegetable plants. Here's my Fresno chili, getting some actual flowers grown in on it. Pretty awesome. Here's a pepper clone. I can't remember which plant I took it from. It's probably this plant here, and it's rooted itself. I cut back rosemary quite a bit, along with the mint, but they've proven to grow back time and time again. Here's an Anaheim pepper. I actually transplanted it to a bigger pot. No advertising really meant here. Basil, grapevines, cuttings. I think phenomenal. Catnip over here is massive. Smells good. I've let one of my basil go to seed, so now you can see. Another sun gold tomato. Got a basil here. I did cut this back a while ago. I do use it for cooking pretty often. And I guess the kale this year has not looked too good, but they've pretty much remained the same size. I can see improvement here. This one, no. Other catnip going to seed. It readily reseeds itself. I'm not too worried about it. We have Swiss chard. Extra sunflowers, which have remained alive somehow. You see, it's tomato season essentially. You'll see that I've already harvested like about 4 of these, maybe 3 of these tomatoes. The image will pop up in a second. Now we have like another 5 growing in here. And then a few more on this cluster here. You have the Amelia rosas, these plum-looking tomatoes. I guess they're kind of deforming themselves. They should go pink. I don't understand why this one's gone like bright red. Maybe it's a bit ready to harvest. Cool. Now you may recall that my grapevines a few weeks ago were attacked, and I showed you they were starting to grow back, and now look at them. They look bigger and bushier than ever. It's quite the miracle. 2 capsavs, and Zweigelt is the other one.
Well, not even a day after recording this, the grapevines were attacked again. Am I worried this time, though? No, they'll grow back again. Although maybe I should look to find a way to prevent this from occurring again in the future. Now, I mentioned that the Amelia rosa tomato that was ripening up was not turning pink as expected. Well, I have a theory that these seeds I saved were either not heirloom or the plant was cross-pollinated. The fruit I'm seeing grow on these plants resemble generic plum tomatoes. Tasty, yes, but it was unexpected. I'll have to wait and see how these other tomatoes ripen up. So that's how the garden is looking now. It's good to finally get some produce from this garden. If you want to see more of this garden in the future, or other gardening projects of mine, be sure to click that like button and hit subscribe so you'll be informed of future videos. Be sure to check out the other videos on the Greens and Machines channel.